live, I love. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? Well, Baba, also known as Two-Face, and Annie, his wife, are back in the news. Nothing positive, unfortunately. Baba is about to have his 8th child by another woman. Yep, not Annie, who happens to be a close family friend. So I said to myself, Fumi, darling, have you actually finished reviewing Young, Famous and African? Or is it Young, Rich and African? I forget. It's been a minute. And it occurred to me that I have episodes 5, 6 and 7. So today we are going to do what? We're going to do episodes 5 and 6 together. Because before I can get to Baba and Annie, I want to finish the review of this fabulous show on Netflix. I lived for it. If you guys have been following me reviewing this season, you will know that I had been talked about Annie and Baba. So, without a beat, let us get into episode 5. Face to Face. It opens up with Zari still steaming from the altercation she had with Annie. You remember, Annie had called her for lunch. Zari had barely sat down when she attacked her, literally, and said, you know what? It's out of your place to come and tell me I'm insecure to my husband. It's out of order for you to call my husband. You are out of order. Stay out of my life. Stay out of my marriage. Stay away from Baba. And Zari was like, whoa, wait one goddamn minute. And it took off. Annie said what she had to say and she walked out. So here's Zari still in the hot seat, still steaming, and she's just going off. I don't want your husband. He's not my type. He's not my this. He's not my that. Here's the thing. The two of them were kind of sort of wrong. Zari, you have a way of saying things that can come off very condescending. But I think that you don't mean it. I think that you are such a sincere person that you call it like it is. You're very blunt, you're bold, and it can be insensitive sometimes. As for Annie, you already know you're fighting a losing battle. Everything that concerns Two-Face, you're up in arms. I don't blame you. I don't blame you because you behave like a fan. You don't behave like his wife. But I don't blame you. He's never around. And when he is, it's with very short spurts. And I don't see him in defense of you. Because you see, you didn't have to say anything. It would have been Baba who would have said, excuse me, don't talk about my wife like that. She's not insecure. And if she's sensitive about me, she has to be sensitive about me. I'm her man, just the way I'm sensitive about her. Don't come at me like that. He didn't check her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you are going around like a mad hatter, losing sleep over this man. And where has it gotten you? Baby number 8. But that will be discussed in another episode. From there now, we now move on to Nadia. Nadia is now having lunch or a tete-a-tete or a catch-up with Kani. Nadia had gone away to, I think, Jamaica with her little boyfriend for 2 weeks. And so she came back and she's refreshed and she's telling Kani all the wonderful things that they did. Nobody was around, so they couldn't hear our screams, all of this, all of that. And so we fade out of them because it was a lot of face-to-face conversations in this episode. Everybody needed to catch up. Everybody had something to say. Everybody wanted clarification. All right. And so we go to where? We go to Zari and Kani. So Kani wants to know what happened. And Zari tells her that, you know what? Annie came to me sideways. Annie kind of came to me left and right and forward. Battlefield going on. Kani is neutral. Kani understands that Annie is coming from a pained place. That when it comes to Baba, nothing makes sense. And so she will fight anyone, fight anybody for Baba. Because in hindsight, she can't really fight Baba. She can't really fight the man. She's fighting for the man, but she can't fight with the man. So you see, Zari, the girl is pained. Be sensitive. Come and see it from this light. You are stealing her light, her shadow. Every time where she thinks she's front and center with Two-Face, there's somebody else. And you know, Zari said, come on now. At the end of the day, it was Two-Face who had insisted at the picnic that they had a Diamond's place, that he said hello to the wife. There was nothing wrong with that. And I agree. But you see, the way Kanye presented it, and it was really great of her, it was more of, feel sorry for her. Feel sorry for her. I know you don't have anything with Two-Face. She doesn't know that. And she knows that Two-Face is running around with a whole bunch of people. You know? So just kind of calm down. Simultaneously, Annie now had a meetup with whom? None other than Swanky Baby. And she's relating everything to Swanky. She's relating everything to Swanky because she knows Swanky and Zari are also friends. So she relates everything to Swanky, and Swanky's there. Yes, I understand. Yada, yada, yada. Here's the thing, Swanky. Annie's your friend. There will come a point and a time where you'll have to tell Annie, let this go. Because you know that a lot of this is because Annie is truly insecure. She's riddled, she's drenched in insecurity because the one man that she loves does not show her love, does not give her the confidence and the security that they are kosher in their marriage. That's just facts. And might I add, you were so wonderful in letting Kayla know exactly how she should handle her own relationship. Because you asked Kayla, how many times are you over in Naked's place? Because Naked needs his space. I've spoken to Naked and he said, you know, that you're always there. 6 times a week? And she's like 4 times a week, sometimes 5 times a week, maybe 6 times a week. And Swanky interjected and said, make it 2 times a week. You're not married. And he was absolutely right. There has to be mystique. There has to be longing. There has to be, you know what, where is she? If you're just laid out there, panties and all. Guys are interesting creatures. I will say it over and over for you guys to understand. They want to hunt. There's nothing to hunt. The meat is right there in front of them, getting rotten. They don't want it. They don't want you around like that. Especially when you're not married, at his place. And this is a father with a young son. Again, I had suggested, take the son out. Go come. 1 hour, you're out. Let him come to your place. Are you not busy, Kayla? Don't you have stuff to do? Don't you have the gym to go? Don't you have shopping? Don't you have your hair, your nails, your friends, your mama? Don't you have ambition? Don't you have stuff that you want to do? Don't you want to make your own coin? Ladies, please, I keep on telling you, you don't have to be available like that. No. No. Do you know that when Ula and I first got married, sometimes when Ula was coming home, I'd walk out just before he came home. I wasn't going anywhere, but I just didn't want to be sitting at home like that because when I had just come, I was in Norway. So I didn't have a job. Nope. But I said, I will be damned if I'm just sitting at home looking like I'm doing nothing. So sometimes we'll come and be like, where did you go? Where are you? I said, I just went for a walk. I went to exercise. I'm looking around. I want to see what kind of jobs, positions, opportunities that is out there. You cannot sit like that. It's not attractive, even to us girls. You know how it is. You come home and your man is on the couch. Still chips, still breakfast. The place has not been cleaned. There are plates in the kitchen and he's lying down there watching TV. Instantly, you're like, my rent, my cable. You're not going to jump his bones and be like, yes. It's not sexy. And Swanky let Kayla know. And I said, Swanky, good job. Now, you know what? Truly give that advice to your bestie. Just to the side. Give it to Annie. Annie needs to hear it from you that this is really true tea. Nadia also meets up with Swanky. And Swanky updates her about Diamond. how Diamond is going out, having a good old time, this, that, and the other. And I was kind of surprised that Nadia was all up in arms. Like, you can't trust these guys. You can't, Nadia, you can't be trusted either, because you just went for 2 weeks with your boyfriend. So why are you concerned about what Diamond does? Ladies, you have to do better. Mama is here to teach you. The way that you behave is the way people will treat you. What you allow is what they are going to do and drive right through your sitting room, bells and whistles and all. You have no concern with Diamond. Diamond should have been of no concern with you, what he's doing whatsoever. The second that Diamond came to you, you said, you know what, darling, I'm not available. I'm seeing somebody. Cut it short, move on. But here you are, you know what, let's go shopping for the car. Let's do this, let's do that. And you see, when you're available like that, when you're coming around like that, the best that you're going to get is friends with benefits. He doesn't have to chase you. He can see that you're kind of concerned. You're sweating him. You were just with a man in Mexico for 2 weeks. You made love with a man, but you're still coming back talking about, Diamond, this. What's your business with Diamond? At the very least, hi, Diamond, how are you? Oh, you want us to do 1 or 2 things? No, you know what? I'm busy. But you know what? If it's a group thing, I don't mind. Diamond, I've told you, I'm not interested. You're a nice guy and everything, but I'm not interested. Thank you. Keep it real cute. Keep it real short. So whatever Swanky is telling you, it's none of your business. Really, you can be amused by it. But apart from that, nada. You're not interested. You're with a guy. And you have to have that respect for yourself, for guys in general to have respect for you. To be like, she's dating somebody. So, you know what? I respect it. She's about principles. She's about rules. She's about ethics. She got the code. She's not going to just be messing around. Because in hindsight, they're going to mess around with you too. Alrighty. Anywho, on a much lighter note, Andale and Zari meet up. These ones are just flirting. This is just a thing of where they're just horny. They are. You understand me? Zari doesn't want to really step up and out because Diamond is kind of sort of the baby father. No, not kind of. He is the baby daddy. And if she steps out, she better step out with somebody long term. Andale also just had, well, we saw the baby mamas in the garden. 2 of them. He's got kids left and right. The youngest is 1. This is a situation where I advise the 2 of you, get the itch out, use a condom, and be done with it. That's it. If you're going to go into those murky waters. Me personally, Zari, I wouldn't do it. Andale's got nothing to offer to you apart from a banana, if you know what I mean. I'll keep it cute. Anyway, Kani meets up with Two-Face and Annie because, of course, they've announced that they're getting married. And Kani wants to talk to Two-Face. For me, this was a conversation I wish that Annie was in the background listening to word for word. Kani expressed how much she's falling in love with Annie and how much Annie loves him. And, you know, she asked him, do you know how much Annie loves you? And he said, yes, sometimes, you know, I understand. Sometimes I get it. You know, I kind of, yeah, I know she loves me. I know. He was kind of blasé. And what I've gotten from Two-Face, he's a very charming guy. I don't think it's even with him to know how to love anybody but himself. As far as I'm concerned, himself and Tristan Thompson, Chloe's man, these 2 are first cousins. They are first cousins. They don't know how to love. And they are with women that are demanding what they don't know how to give. Two-Face went on to say, and I support it because I heard it from a song from Madonna. Poor is the person whose happiness depends on the permission of another. And he said it right there. You cannot depend on me for your happiness. It's too heavy for me. I can't carry it. I won't carry it. I ain't got it to give. That is the one truth Two-Face has said throughout this entire show. Because as far as I'm concerned, he just came up there to say, you know what, let me raise my profile. It wasn't for Annie. Not at all. I can see a bird. Pray God doesn't fly up in here. Yes. I respected him so very much because I am a woman now and I completely get it. You see, I've made my mistakes. And because I've made the same mistakes that are being made over and over, I realize that it does take time. It does take some kind of maturity. It does take a minute for you to get whacked over the head before you say to yourself, self, I'm not a masochist. Translation, I'm not somebody who wants to hurt themselves. I really am not. I have to take myself up out of this. It was the one truth he has said. That's the most honest thing that he has said. I wish Annie heard it. Then again, Annie would have heard it and she would not have understood one damn word. It's going to take her to fall off the cliff and crash before she gets it. But hey, que sera, sera. Hence the meeting, and Tubaba said some people would have been offended that Kani came to talk to you about the relationship, but I'm appreciative. She's looking out for her friend. I'm appreciative. It's not a problem for me. I'm okay. Because it's not that serious to him. Even this wedding. Come to find out. Andile picks up Annie and they have a little chat and they are talking, you know. And she's talking about the fight with Zari. Of course, Andile's interest is with Zari and Annie can't stand Zari. I don't understand why Annie looks at Zari with such offense. Is it because Annie, in hindsight, you should be the woman Zari is? And I think that's a part of what Two-Face likes in general about women. Zari is very strong and she's very confident and she knows who she is. And she can't be swayed here or there. And you can't stand her because you do realize that Two-Face likes that kind of woman. You don't want to see her. But the reality is that you don't want to see the lack thereof in yourself. You are not that strong woman. You are not that queen bee. You are very weak. You are extremely sensitive when it comes to Two-Face, I'm saying. You can't hold your own when it comes to Two-Face. You're sad, you're teary, you are really just down. And you are picking yourself up by strings at this point. And you're in a terrible situation, but you're truly trying to hope for the best. Swanky now in turn has a meeting with Zari. My friend, why did you upset my friend? This, that, and the other. But he lets Zari speak her mind. And he says, I'm going to try and bring you guys together. Come, speak with Zari, apologize, kiss and make up. Let this thing be bygone be bygone, because I understand. Zari is more than willing because Kani had a conversation with her. You see, here's the thing, guys. Ooh. Okay. You know, here's the thing, guys. When you know that something is a lie, you can let it go. You will not even sweat it too much. You can even come back and talk to the person because you realize that you are at an advantage in position where Annie is hurting, you are not. Everybody knows that there's nothing going on with you and Two-Face. Everybody knows, even Annie. So why not try and make peace and say, Annie, you know what? Sorry, Mama. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I can see you're already hurting. And so she goes and there's a meeting with Annie. And Annie is, you know, she doesn't want to make eye contact with Zari. She's still pissed off. She's annoyed. She's this, that. Yeah, it's okay, or whatever. And Zari brought flowers for Annie. And Annie kind of was still, you understand me, on the defense. That, oh, Zari was behaving in a very fake way and so on and so forth. She wasn't. It's just not that serious to her. It's still very, very serious to you. Again, Annie, you can't fight everybody that Two-Face drags into your home. That's exactly what he does. If it's not Zari, and I'm not saying that it is Zari, it's somebody else. You need to look all the way outside because Two-Face sleeps with all and sundry. He does, apart from you. Moving on to Kayla and Naked. Kayla and Naked have the conversation with the therapist, and Kayla is talking about how she has not seen or heard Naked for a week. Actually, not a week, 9 days. And he says, that's what I do, I disappear. And the therapist said, no, that's not good. You handle the situation like an adult. If something is upsetting you, talk about it. You have to talk about it when it is your partner. This is my advice. As you did not hear from him, day 4, he won't hear from you for a month. Give him that antidote multiplied by 10. You're not to be messed with. That's the problem. They will only treat you the way you allow. Here you are, the therapist crying, you know, I wouldn't let you do that again. Let me tell you a little story. There was a guy, I liked him, and he would call me and I would pick up the phone, talk to him, this, that, and the other. And he said, Fumi, let's go out. I want to show you the town. I was like, okay. I got dressed because it was 7 o'clock. He called me all the way down to like 5:30 or so. I said, see you soon. And I sat down, makeup, beat, all in all. Hair, nails done, everything fresh. Do you know, by 8 o'clock, I hadn't heard from him. I got undressed. I took off my makeup, I took off everything, I went to bed. He came by 9:30, and he was like, but Fumi, you know, I'm so sorry, just a couple of this, whatever. And I answered the phone, I said, you are late. I said, I can't see you, you're late. Some other time, you are late. I said, the decent thing that you should have done was to call me and say, Fumi, I'm running late. I'm running this amount of time late. So that way, I could have been doing other things with my time. Then you show up at 9:30 and you want me to jump out into the night with you. No, I will not. Do you know he was out there till like 11 or so, begging and pleading. I closed my door, closed my window, I went to bed. The following morning he said, Fumi, you must be an Aries. I don't know why he said it. He said, you must be an Aries. I don't play those games. I had come to the decision at that stage in my life, that 37, 38, 39, I'm just not going to tolerate it. And it was wonderful for me because it was a process of elimination. So as soon as he did that, I never saw him again. He asked me out repeatedly. I never went on a single date. You are not somebody that I want to marry. You are not somebody that I want to have children with. You are not somebody where things are rough and tough. We can rely on each other and plow through. You don't have the respect to call, to send a text and say, I'm running late. And then you show up 2.5 hours. Then it gets worse because that bad behavior, you allow them. And that's what Kayla was allowing Naked. Naked takes off for a week. My son, my this, my that. Naked, you're out of order. That is wrong. If she's your girlfriend, give her the respect. You tell her, this is how I am feeling. You go through those uncomfortable conversations because they have to be had. But you don't hide off for 9 days and then you say, oh, I'm afraid of losing her. You will lose her once Kayla can get her head together and realize that this is a hot smoking mess and I don't need to be treated this way. And so we go to what? Swanky's GQ party cover. It was nice. He looked fabulous. He's so fabulous. Needless to say, Zari wasn't there and Naked was not there. Zari was not invited because he didn't want any friction because Annie was going to be there. Naked wasn't there because himself and Kayla had some kind of misunderstanding, quarrel, and he did not want to bring that negative energy there, so he decided to stay at home. Swanky and Naked talk, and Naked tells Swanky that these are the issues that we're having. I had a party, she got involved with who I invited, who I'm working with. It's a past relationship, it's not really that serious, and so she really got upset. I just felt that it was not her place to call. Now here's the thing, Naked, it is her place to call 100%. You can invite the person that you've slept with and work with them. Let her know. Don't let her find out because it looks like you are hiding. That's the issue. Hula has ex-girlfriends, I have ex-boyfriends, but the second I'm hiding, then it's suspicious. You bring about doubt in the relationship. That was why she was upset. You are now being dominant in the relationship. You are distancing her and you are saying, I need my space, my son, my this. If you don't want the relationship, say it. Again, Kayla, look at all the red flags. You have 16 red flags flying in your face. From the direction of Naked, you got to redirect your energy, your love, your fabulosity elsewhere. Well, how about this? Go back to the therapist and say, you know what? I need to detox. Let me find myself. Once I find myself and I look at myself in the mirror like this and I'm like, what? I allowed this? What? I allowed that? Then you know better. Naked won't try that twice. You won't give him the opportunity to do so. Nadia and Andele have a conversation. I don't know why Nadia wanted to go to Andele and have a conversation with Andele. It's just to badmouth Zari. She doesn't like Zari, and that is crazy to me, because you are mad about the man that's the father of her kids, and she's cool with you about that. She's like, well, you know what, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. You're upset about that, but still, you're sleeping with somebody else in Mexico. What's your business? Girls like you, gossipy. Don't do that. Mind your business. You have nothing with Zari. Zari didn't offend you in any way, shape, or form. And if she has beef with other people, that is their situation. It's not for you to go now to Andele and say, I don't want you to be with her. I don't want you to be with her. Andele never came to you and said, I don't want you to have anything with Diamond. What's his business? Do you see how men are different from women? We want to overanalyze things. We want to be catty. We want to be sneaky. That's not nice. Keep your wig on, mind your business. Kayla and Nadia also talk. Kayla is just doing the round. She needs to talk to somebody. It's a face-to-face. Of all people, Nadia. Nadia doesn't have good advice. Nadia can't even take advice for her own self to do something good for her. So you're talking to the wrong person. That's all I gotta say. And we fade out, and that's episode 5. Episode 6 was all about the train ride. That was basically what it was. Andele couldn't go because he had to go to his father's grave. That time had come where he was bringing his entire family, and just to honor his father, it was so touching as the tear came down his eyes, you know, father and son, and he has become the father of his family. Nadia refused to go. She doesn't like Zari, and she's not trying to pretend on the train. They all get onto the train apart from Annie. Annie doesn't show up till later, and it's just a hot smoking mess because, again, Zari doesn't know how to be. She lacks tact. And she doesn't have that warm personality whereby when she says, welcome to my invitation, to my party, I'm happy all of you are here. It would have been better if Zari, you had said, I am so honored that all of you took the time out to come to this little event that I put together for you. Thank you. I really hope that you enjoy it. I'm going to go out of my way so that you guys we can really connect and have fun. Thank you so much for you guys for being here. Annie, I'm so happy that you made it here eventually. You added spice to it, and I hope this is going to be a spicy ride. Had you said that, nobody would have been offended. But the thing is that, just like Kani said, this is not fan base. We're all stars, we're all rich, we're all famous, and we all got our own thing going on. So you cannot talk to them like you're talking to children. Having said that, Annie was laughing in the background. It's rude, it's disrespectful, and you're just giving it to her in the face. Most especially when Zari has come all the way down and apologized to you, and she didn't need to apologize to you, Annie. She didn't need to apologize to you. But now that she's apologized to you, you now feel that you have the right to be rude in front of her. And Naked and Kayla saw it, and they were like, bizarre, very, very bizarre, because they had like a safari ride. So Kayla and Naked were with Zari, and so they were like, no, I did see it. I mean, you removed all the I's and me's, like Kayla pointed out. I'm happy that you observed that. And so because of that, Zari now was even strengthened and reinforced to revisit that conversation when everybody met up in the evening. And she used a swear word. I can't remember what it was, but Zari, it was rude and you set everybody off. And from there, nobody was kind of trying to feel you at all. At all. And for the first time, Swanky was pissed off. Swanky said, I don't like this group, that group. It's not cool. Don't waste my time. God knows I got stuff to do. I got people to dress. I got celebrities to dress. I don't have to be on this train where you have one group here, you have another group here. Swanky, I think you jumped the gun a little bit, because when Annie was behaving like that, you didn't check her. That's your friend. But come on now, we're all to be together, and this is what it is. So he started shouting and screaming. Nika said, we can shout and scream too. Hot mess. That was what it was. And everybody, you know, was kind of happy to get off this train towards the end. In the meantime, Andele went to go and see, what's her name again? Andele went to go and see Nadia. And so, you know, he was talking about his dad, and Nadia said, I wish I had that relationship with my dad, and but I haven't seen him in forever. And Andele said, well, why don't you go out and find him? And she said, it would be so disrespectful to my mom that raised me and did everything. That is the sweetest thing I have heard from you, Nadia. And I get it, because a single mom world is no joke. But I also believe that your mom would understand, that you would want to meet with your father, that you would want to speak with your father. And Andele went on to explain how he had an issue like that with his baby mama and didn't see, I think, his daughter for 4 years. But he kept all of the letters, he kept all of the presents and the pictures. So when he got the opportunity to see her after 4 years, he said, I never, not once, did I ever not think about you. I always thought about you. And Nadia goes on to say, well, what if he doesn't live up to my expectations? And that's why she's very dismissive of men. And she goes on to let Andele know that she's broken up with her boyfriend on the Mexico trip. Long distance is a killer. And thank you, Ula. Long distance is a killer. And that was what it was. So that was episode 5 and 6. And the next episode is 7. The last episode. And after that, we're going to have the update of Two-Face and Annie, where the whole world now finds out through Instagram that Two-Face is having yet another child from yet another woman. Hope you enjoyed it, my darlings. Leave all of the comments below. Don't forget to like, to share, and I will see you I'll see you super soon. All of my love. Mwah.